A woman dies and finds herself at heaven's gate. St. Peter says, okay, to enter you must spell the word that I give you, okay? She says, okay. Um, Spell rose. Well, she does. The gate's open. There she is. And then Peter says, well, I've got some chores to do. Would you mind taking over while I do these, okay? She said, sure. He said, you know the rules. And so as she's there, her ex-husband comes up and very surprised to see her. And she explains the situation. You have to spell a word. And he says, well, what word did you get? She said, rose. Well, I think I can do that. What's my word? She smiles and she says, chrysanthemum. So we may laugh because, well, we recognize the pattern here, huh? Play by the rules, pass the test, earn the reward. Trouble is that this is not gospel. Heaven is not a spelling bee. It's not a prize for performance. It cannot be gained, merited, deserved, or achieved, or even understood. It's pure gift. The gospel news is that we qualify. It's not that we qualify. The good news is that Christ has already connected us to God, to one another, to our truest self. The question is not, how do I get into heaven? The question is, how can I accept being loved without condition, unconditionally, forever? Law and love. That's what we're looking at. Some hear in today's gospel of Matthew that, well, you got to obey perfectly to the smallest letter or else. That's typical Matthew, okay? But listen to Paul in his beautiful chapter 8 of Romans. There is now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. Huh? No. There are no footnotes, no small print. No, if you behave, then you'll win. The Spirit has already been given to us, given, not earned. Jesus is not saying, be good and then you can gain heaven, okay? He's saying, just stay connected. I am the vine, you are the branches. Without me, you can do nothing. With me, you can do all things. Connectedness. Our ego loves the language of reward. I earn this, I deserve heaven, huh? Where's my reserved seat? But heaven is not a future reward. It's an awakening now to being eternally loved. We don't gain heaven, we get used to it. Wow. Put that on your head and soak it in. Our obstacle is not our weakness, it's our ego. The need to look good, to prove ourselves worthy. Yet the gospel is not about worthiness. It's about identity. And our identity, what is it? Very simple. We are the eternally unconditionally loved, beloved of God. We can deny it, yes, but God never can. God does not disconnect. We do. Jesus teaches that the connection begins in the heart, in anger that consumes, in resentment that wants others to pay. revenge, and desires that reduce another to an object. There's a word in Latin called orizo, or giso, which is not your annoyance, like kind of an anger. It's the anger that consumes you, that you can't keep going without getting revenge. This is the kind of anger that separates us, that takes us out of connection. But when we live from our true identity, morality follows, like little chicks running after the mother hen. Oneness, identity, belovedness first, behavior follows. It's not the other way around. Let's focus on connection, and the rest will grow. Otherwise, my friends, we just might spend all of eternity asking Mrs. Google, how do you spell chrysanthemum?